Hey, what's going on, Archons? Welcome to another episode of KeyThoughts, my weekly vlog on this great game of KeyForge. And this week, I'm going to be coming at you with some honesty. That's right, the cold, hard truth. So, you know what? Let's just pump the brakes on that thought. And let's go to the card of the week. So the card of the week is Punctuated Equilibrium. A card that was given birth in AOA with some amazing art, and it has the action of each player discards their hand, then refills their hand refills their hands if it was the end of their turn. That's the exact wording on there. And it is a fantastic card, one of the best cards created in the game, in my opinion. And I think the way it can be used, aside from just cycling your own hand, but maybe using it in a defensive manner, where if you notice your opponent has not called one of their houses for a while, they could be doing some hand crafting. Looking at you, Untamed. And if that's the case, this is a great card to maybe disrupt that from happening. If you notice they're not drawing a lot of cards and not cycling, that means they're probably holding something, and you can potentially get that out of their hand into the discard, and then you can continue on. I mean, if you happen to have a mimicry with this, then you could potentially use some of those cards right afterwards. You'd have to obviously draw into yours, but you get the idea. So I think it's a fantastic card. I really enjoy using it. It's one of my friend's absolute most favorite cards. And it also, I just wanted to talk about it though this week, from that, using it as a disruption tool to make your opponent discard their hand when maybe they've been crafting. And yeah, so there's that. So on to the honesty of this episode. I'm feeling nervous. Said it. Been really positive. Try and keep positive vibes, but the truth is it's getting nerve-wracking. No news from FFG for so long is disheartening. I do not want to see this game go away, but I'm starting to feel nervous. The hope is feeling less of a shine and more of a glimmer right now. But that being said, that hasn't stopped my own involvement with the game. I actually bought decks on the secondary market this week, and yeah, I'm pretty stoked to get to play them. It's still going to be fun. That's one thing that I realize, is that no matter what happens with the game, the fact that they're not actually singles like other games, the fact this isn't a TCG, means that what you have is contained. It cannot be taken apart. Technically, I mean, you obviously could, but they cannot be taken apart or are intended to be. And it allows you to have these great decks that play a certain way and create a level of fun in many different categories. Could be super competitive, just could be have a fun way they play, but maybe they don't always close out well, but you always enjoy rocking the deck. And that gives me hope no matter what happens. Worst case scenario, KeyForge doesn't come back. That is worst case scenario, but everything you have can still be played. There's going to be no less enjoyment from the deck going against another deck that exists. It's not like something OP can suddenly be made and you don't have a response to it. That is the one good thing. So you can still have kitchen table KeyForge. Aside from that, and keep in mind I'm speaking in a worst case scenario, is that really what we lose is OP from FFG, which we're already in a state of kind of right now. But we're such a community driven group that the main thing I think we lose is the truly competitive players who want to have the OP so that they can flex and show their skill, and they just want to spike as spikes do. And that's fine. Like, they're going to go to another game. I mean, it's already started happening. Flesh and Blood has definitely taken some of the KeyForge players away right now during this hiatus, because they want to get in on that competitive play, and all the power to them. But there will still be a significant group of us that exist and play this game regardless, because we have such a great community and we can come together that way. And excuse me, there has already been tournaments done on a level that works that way, and I'm sure we can do that again. It'll be a nice little like reunion. It's almost like a little high school reunion will happen in that way, and we'll see the same people coming out to those, and probably some new players as well. So do not lose hope, no matter what the future holds. Until we hear a statement, we can assume that everything is par for the course. We're going to have it back. I predict, as I did at the start, it's going to be around the September time, going into fall, Christmas launch, all that sort of thing. I think we could see something happen then. It's a natural progression of something like this. Maybe a Gen Con announcement, who knows? But the point is that regardless of what happens, this game, the way it was designed, still functions whether there's a company behind it or not. Nothing happens to the decks we have. They do not lose value. They do not lose potency. They still will do what they do, and you will still get to enjoy them. And it can be part of any kind of game night rotation that you may have. Maybe something you do with your friends. I know my friend and I will keep playing regardless of what happens, if there's OP or not. And I don't think we need to worry. I think it's just a matter of staying the course, having fun, enjoying the game. It's getting harder to make content. I can be honest. Like, sometimes it is hard. You may notice I've been making it less, but that's not to say that I don't enjoy doing this. I just don't want to make something for the sake of making something. So when I have something to say, I'll do it, and sometimes I will not. I'm not doing deck openings anymore. I want to save the decks, and I also want to just kind of chill on that. I think making more introspective content is more interesting. So I'm working on that when I have time. And I just want to give a shout out right now to Ember Meaties, who made that great video kind of showcasing all the fantastic things in KeyForge, as well as the people creating. And I appreciate you throwing me in that video, sir. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. All the feels. So that's it for this week, folks. And as always, may your Ember never be stolen and your keys forged promptly. Have a good one.